Welcome to the Sportiest Stream. Welcome. Welcome to the Sportiest Stream. Welcome. Oh my goodness, one moment. There we go, we're back. Sorry, not Sportiest Stream. Welcome to the Ascension Tournament Series. Hi, I'm SportyFC. You're not on my personal channel, I'm sorry. Welcome back anyways. We are here with the SportyFC Ascension Cup here in week number 2. It is SP Echo, taking on the bosses of Midwest Mafia. This SP Echo team, very recognizable. Because if you don't know, this is the team that won last season in the Ascension Cup. Looking to make quite a run for themselves this season as well. I mean, last season, again, very impressive from them last season. Part of what was, at that point, Optimal Echo. Vice Mix, Smirk, Owen, El Macho. Since then, they have now made some changes. They have dropped Owen, they've added in Cold, but it is still Vice Mix, Smirk, and El Macho, who ended up being that starting roster by the end of the season. It was almost guaranteed that was their starting roster. They haven't really changed from that at all. And to be fair, for good reason, this team's pretty good. They're dominant. They just won their Week 1 match as well not too long ago in a 3-0 sweep over Swordfish Militia. This is an Echo side though, although, again, this season, the big change though, obviously, as you can see, they're on a Solus Path now, SP Solus Path. Esports, who are one of our sponsors as well this season. Shout out to Solus Path. The other side, it's an old team, in that it's an org that's been around for a while here, and in Midwest Mafia. This is not the first time we've seen Midwest Mafia, and it definitely won't be the last. This org's been around for a while, and these players have all been around for a while. Citrus, Asterion, Grande Huevos, aka Grande, Godless, Santi, and Inertia as coach. Inertia has been on Midwest Mafia Vendetta. That team, I believe, is in the Phoenix Cup this season. Citrus is one of the org owners. Grande, aka Grande Huevos, was the coach for Midwest Mafia Black back when they won in Season 3. He's actually, again, a champion in this league, so looking to win what would be his second trophy, this time actually as a player, not as a coach. Still though, it's going to be a good match for both these teams. This SP Echo team's solid. Specifically, if we remember last season, El Macho, who was not only the regular season MVP, but the playoffs MVP when they won the whole thing. It's a fun player to watch, that's for certain. I'll get things up and running here. We'll let the players running in just a moment. What is sure to be quite a great series to end off the night. As there they are, got Asterion, Grande, Dr. Alofa. No, I believe that's Godless. It goes by Dr. Alofa. No, it's not. Who is that again? Is that Santi? That's Santi. That's Santi. It'll be fun to see them, but yeah, we've got a team full of champions in SP Echo. Everybody except their sub in Cold has won before, obviously winning last season. Trying to defend that title. We've only seen in ATS history 2 teams win the league twice. The first one was back in Season 0 and Season 1 with the Ascension Cup and Evolve Skylight. They almost won a third time the season after losing the semifinals. The other being just recently with the 100X Knight having won the Pinnacle Cup the last 2 seasons. They're also trying to go 3 and win 3 championships, something that no team has ever done before. ATS is not exactly a league that's known for having dynasties, and yet who knows, we might be seeing some made here. We'll also have to see as well. Everybody's jumping in, and he goes Vice Mix El Macho, or I guess his name is No Macho now. He's having a little fun with it. And Smirk will get things going here. The Solus Path Echo team defending their championship from last season in the exact same division. Oftentimes we see teams that win go up a division. They have not. They've actually been in the Ascension Cup now for their 3rd season. The season before, I believe, losing in the final bracket in the top 6 portion. So they're looking to hold that record, hold themselves strong. 1-0 at this point in their season. A field sweep to start off their season. Bosses of Midwest Mafia. A newer roster, but not very new players in terms of who we know. They got Grande, Asterion, and Santi in the matchup. SP Echo going with their famous starting roster, their roster that you are now very used to seeing out of Smirk, Rice Mix, and El Macho. El Macho again, who himself did win the ATS MVP award twice last season for the regular season and for the playoffs. Looking to potentially do that again. But now, though, I mean, he's just focused on getting another championship. If you're SB Echo, you're in such a good position because you've already won before. You've already done it once. At this point, it's about kind of adding on and seeing if you can chase after something that very few teams have even had the chance to go for. As a big save from El Macho will help his team out a little bit early here. SportyFC Echo, kind of midfield based right now. How's it been? It's been great, Citrus. I'm happy that you're joining. It's been a while since we've had Midwest Mafia on this stream. We're going to challenge the champions of last season here in the SportyFC Ascension Cup. It will be Grande. Flicked above Rice Mix. Now will be Smirk. Second touch will keep the play moving. As it will be Santi to collect. A bit of an awkward play. Rice Mix to El Macho! And the Season 5 MVP will get on the board first for SB Echo. Santi, dangerous in front of his net. Really put his teammates all in a sort of panic. And it didn't help either when the challenges did come through. SportyFC Echo with the first goal. They're the mark to beat this season in the Ascent Tournament Series, SportyFC Ascension Cup. And for obvious reasons, as the Midwest Mafia clear will be kept out by El Macho. Big block on defense. Miss from Santi will allow Asterion a little bit of room to work with here. He'll get around one. Infield pass. Great touch from Rice Mix, who will now play this one upfield for El Macho with room. The dribble to the net. Stopped anyways. As SB Echo will stay on this one eventually. A big bump there will leave things a little bit more open. Pass back by Smirk. El Macho. Big touch up in the field. Now off the corner. Grande. Damn it out of the way. Santi, though, one-on-one with Smirk. Really doesn't have a dribble to work with, though, and that's going to be a wasted opportunity. That was a great chance to really just put a play on that Echo side that they would have to respect. Rarely do you see them give teams that kind of room easily. A moment for Midwest Mafia that I'm sure they'd like to have back here as will be El Macho. Flip for resets. We'll have this one. Grande pushed out a bit high from the net there. We'll get the save, but any higher, that might have been 2-0. Not afraid to play aggressively, but you gotta be careful. You have to play carefully against SportyFC. This team's pretty good. They've been around for a while. They know the tricks. And they'll get a second one. No changes from last season in terms of starting roster. And that chemistry just continues. They've been under 3 separate orgs in their 3 seasons playing. I'm almost certain of it. I'd have to be corrected on that, but I believe they've been under 3 different teams. As they'll miss this one, it will be an open net for Santi. And a goal back for Midwest Mafia's. Grande wanted that one instead. He's going to steal it from Santi. A little bit of little rude there from the previous coach of MWM Black. And of course, as mentioned already, a previous ATS champion. But for Midwest Mafia, they won't mind. And every goal they'll get, a step forward to take down SB Echo as another flip reset. That is just a beautiful assist from Rice Mix. SB Echo not looking to stop. And that's something that does there are a lot of teams that when they play against them. This is an Echo side that's quite high rank. Not an easy team to battle, that's for certain. Yeah, I did get confirmation. They have been under 3 different orgs. They first showed up as Lunar Echo back in Season 4. Part of Project Lunar, which had a couple teams that season. Season after, they actually signed up as well as Lunar Echo, but quickly moved to Optimal Esports for the most of their season, and of course, under that championship. Now this season, having joined SportyFC in Week 1 as a bit of a play in front. 2 players come out of Midwest Mafia. They're looking for some offense. Doing great at keeping pressure. Oh, what a block by Rice Mix. How on earth does he react to that in time? Right in front of the goal, and really just a panic jump, if you will. But it works out. Midwest Mafia is doing a great job at winning the boost, but even then, SB Echo still stay involved. Although only up by 2. Time is running out here for Midwest Mafia in Game 1. As Vice Mix will play it across. El Macho with 2 goals already this game. Looking for number 3. High flick stopped by Santi. And now he'll look to play to the midfield. Looking for someone to receive it. Race Mix will leave. In fact, actually he's going to go for this one. Smirk wanted to take the follow-up, and you know what? It was a little awkward for a Soulless Path, but they'll take it regardless. And that should secure Game 1 for themselves. As a tap-up filled by Race Mix will leave itself perfectly for Smirk. Soulless Path Echo now have a 3-goal advantage. I mean, this game's over. El Macho's looking still for that hat-trick. He won't get it from here. But Game 1 is over, and Soulless Path Echo proving why many expect them to be definitely the best team here to win this season, the Ascension Cup. It's not because they've won last season, it's because this team has what it takes, and really has the roster to do it. Losses of Midwest Mafia, getting a front row, a personal experience, I should say, with our previous champions. They're tough to handle, that's for certain. This is a mechanical team that's got really good chemistry. They've been around for a while, and they're just very good at playing aggression. They've got really good rotations. It's a team that sort of suffocates you and pushes you all the way back. Very tough to handle, a team like Soulless Path Echo. And for Midwest Mafia, they're going to have a lot. There's a lot that they're going to have to do to be able to beat this team. We've seen teams give Soulless Path Echo issues, but generally speaking, one of the things that you have to do to beat this team is you have to keep consistent offense. Midwest Mafia didn't do that. Only 4 shots this game. Really struggling. 0 from Asterion. Whereas you saw Echo with 11 on their side. Simply put, if you're going to beat SP Echo, one of the things you have to do is you have to keep the shots even, at least. This is a team that if they get a ton of shots, they're going to get a ton of goals. It's that simple. They're good enough that they're going to find ways to score, and they're going to find ways to shoot. You just need to keep up with that accuracy. As we move into Game 2, Midwest Mafia. Not a poor showing in Game 1, but unfortunately for them, you can't play just well to beat Echo. You're going to have to play very well, and that's not a good start for them. As a wide open net for El Macho. Clearly, this Echo team has at least had some practice in the offseason. There's just some insane consistency from them. Again, this team's very high rank as well. They're right at that kind of that break point between the Ascension and Catalyst. I would expect that next season, if they were to put the same roster, which I think is very likely, we're probably seeing them going up a division. But for now, they're in Ascension, and they're making sure it's known they look to hold that championship to themselves. They're defending the trophy. And, well, this series has not exactly been that close so far. Rice Mix will make it 2-0 already in Game 2. As El Macho now. We'll keep the dribble. A little bit of room to work with here as a great defensive touch there from Smirku. Not only does he get that ball, away from the net, he also keeps in the corner so no follow-up shot can happen. It's that kind of intelligence that really allows Espiaco to, seamlessly control the game. I mean, you can feel just how dominant this team is at times. But it's that kind of intelligence that they have that we don't really talk about that much from them. That really allows them to be so good at what they do. And we're seeing it here. As this one cleared across. A little bit of control here from Santi as an infield play. Rice Mix out of position. Grande will do well to keep it out. As Grande Santi. El Macho will race back, and with room to work with as well. As a little dribble here, a little upfield pass, why not? So SportyFC not afraid to get a little bit more mechanical here. They're up by 3. They really aren't feeling like... They don't really feel like they have any pressure right now. Feels very reminiscent of the old Evolve Skylight team that dominated back in the early seasons, but those early seasons were marked by having a wild variety of rank levels in the Ascension Cup. That's an open net for Grande! Wait a moment. This one's not over just yet. Still half a game to go. And 1 goal difference here will make things a little bit tough. Sorry, 2 goal difference now. Make things just a little bit more difficult for SportyFC. But time still ticking away. As it will be... off to the back wall. Will be kept up in the air by Santi, shot on by El Macho. The offense of SportyFC, they're doing lots of plays, but it's not a very big difference here, and that's an open net, and one Citrus would like to have back. That was a great opportunity for Midwest Mafia, and one that they will not get returned. Game 2. And it feels like SportyFC en route to a 2-0 series lead, potentially a second straight week with a sweep. As Grande blocked by Smirk. Citrus off to the back wall. Rice Mix won't have it. El Macho gets taken out by Santi, and here's an open chance. Rice Mix is ready. Another big block by the captain. And offense the other way. It's an open back line, a bit awkward. Smirk, everybody jumping in for Midwest Mafia. That one. We'll go all the way back to the way out of the field. As here goes El Macho. Grande not letting him have much room. Citrus, no second touch. The shot is wide of the net. Smirk was left all alone there in Midwest Mafia. Just needed to put it on target. But in this game, they've had a couple good opportunities. But the accuracy has not helped them so far tonight, and SportyFC have been saved because of it. As El Macho flicked up field by Grande. Citrus. Rice Mix. Staying in the play, as it will be next up for El Macho to win it. Smirk is up. Grande to the side wall will be Rice Mix to leave it. El Macho. Chased by Citrus, but time running out here for Midwest Mafia. Santi just trying to throw one on, but another simple block for Ice Mix, who had to kind of rush to get there. It'll end game 2. So is SportyFC. They swept their week 1 match against Swordfish Militia. They're looking to do the same here in week 2 against Midwest Mafia. Our previous champions have come back this season looking, honestly, even more consistent. As I've mentioned about earlier this game, it kind of reminds me a lot of how Evolve Skylight. But it doesn't remind me of how Evolve Skylight played, but reminded me a lot of the sort of skill level that we saw from Evolve Skylight early in ATS history in Season 0 and even Season 1. They won everything for both those seasons, and they were dominant with it. It was really not close, but those are the earlier seasons where we didn't have much of a... We had much more of a rank difference in the Ascension Cup. Nowadays, most of our teams are at that GC1 level. This is Season 6 we're talking about here. All these teams are at that GC1 level. They're all very, very good. These are experienced players. Again, as I mentioned, even this Midwest Mafia team, they're not nobodies. These are players that we've had in the league before. They maybe haven't been here for a couple seasons, but they're pretty good players. SB Echo is just doing what they want with them. It's not really a hit to Midwest Mafia. Everybody's going to struggle against SB Echo. It is more so really just the admiration of what this Solis Path Echo team has done and really how they've improved since they were Lunar Echo, back even before. They're very experienced players. I mean, you could even say you could even consider them as like veterans at this point. They're experienced, they know what they're doing, and they've made a playstyle that a lot of teams at this level just will not compete with. But in Game 3, they're still going to end the series here. One more goal, and that will surely do it as El Macho plays the cross for Rice Mix. Santi is already airborne, as this one's staying up in the air. We'll try to dribble this one down, but a good play from Smirk, who recognizes where the opening is, that the boost wasn't really there for them. And a shot for El Macho out of the end of it. That's going to make things easier. Pass in front will be a wide open net. Well, as if things could only get even better, it somehow has for SB Echo. And now looking for a play upfield, under the net! That one actually on target. Santi had to jump up for that one a bit late. Now Rice Mix, save, follow up. It will be Smirk up in the air, looking to beat both defenders. Everybody sort of jumping by Midwest Mafia standards. They'll get out of it though. And I can rest easy that that pain is gone. As it will be kept back by Santi. The dribble to the back wall will be stopped by Smirk. Up goes Grande, net in front, saved by Rice Mix, who got in the way. And another block. He's had a couple crucial blocks this series that has really helped his team keep these rather tough leads. As Santi on the demo, miss in front. Rice Mix gonna get there. Oh, he won't be able to. A big miss, and that's really going to hurt them. And that offense is really going to hurt is going to hurt SB Echo just a little bit more, but it's an open net! Oh, they've scored right back! It didn't take too long for Smirk to get on the board. That one came by quickly. And this game, well, has definitely turned back in the favor of Solis Path Esports. The corner will be Rice Mix. Citrus trying to find a goal back in front. He got a bump on one shot. Oh, big block by Smirk, who got up in the way. And a play across, won't find anyone. As up goes El Macho. Rice Mix trying to read this one, won't really get there. As shots in! Grande! Finding the top left corner. Well, this is a Midwest Mafia. Have not lost that hope just yet. And as mentioned before, this might be a new team out of Midwest Mafia. These are not new players. They've got that experience. One of the things that they can benefit from is knowledge and experience, although that is a big overcommit. And an open net for Ice Mix. And we're going to make things a little bit tougher for them now. They'll keep the play going. Oh, but it's another one! And things may just be falling apart for them here. Solus Path Echo up by 2 again, and just that experience, that knowledge of knowing each other, you can see it at full effect. They're not really too concerned even when they go down by a goal or two. And they're looking to win yet another series in a sweep. And again, this one against players that have been around for a while. This Midwest Mafia team, a couple of these players have been here since Season 0 and Season 1. Citrus played both those seasons, made it to top 8 in Season 1. I know Godless was here. Sorry, yeah, I know Godless was here in Season 0. He didn't make playoffs that season. Midwest Mafia having a lot of pressure. It's another goal for Smirk, who has now really turned things on. 50 seconds left, and already SP Echo might be running away with this. "50 seconds left. Solus Path have done a great job at managing the Midwest Mafia side, and now turning that offense up to 100. Still not done. They're looking for number 6 this game, as if they need a 6th goal at this point. They'll get the demo here. Smirk, the dribble. Grande. That one not on target. It will be chased back by Santi. To the sidewall will be El Macho. Citrus wasn't ready. Race Mix to shoot! To score! And they will get their 6th goal after all. Rice Mix to take it as Santi jumping early. Didn't cover the hole of the net. SP Echo ending the series in an exclamation point. Another 3-0 sweep, and again, just dominance throughout. This is what SP Echo did at the end of last season, and then they've continued that this season. It feels like this team's only gotten better since we last saw them. The previous champions now are 2-0 in the season, 6-0 in games. Bosses of Midwest Mafia got absolutely crushed. That one flew by at times. Good performance overall here. Solus Path Echo, a well-deserved victory. So, the incredible season that these 3 players have had before, under all these different names, and yet they continue to find ways to just dominate. As we are going to get an interview here with SP Echo. One of a couple teams this season that are on Solus Path Esports. There's a ton of teams actually on Solus Path. Here, the only one I believe in this division specifically that's on Solus Path. No, they're not. They're one of 2. The other one being Winterx Elites. My apologies. Didn't see the other one. But again, they're 2-0 this season. This team's been solid so far. And Solus Path Echo, the way that they're playing, they're going to be in a pretty good spot to just keep that play going, keep that confidence going. Here's going to get an interview here, jump in with Rice Mix, as well as probably a couple other players who will join in eventually. Welcome in SP Echo, Rice Mix, Smirk, El Macho. After winning last season, now you guys are chasing for something that only 2 other teams have done before, and that is win this league twice. Rice Mix, you know, last season, You got your victory. You did everything that you wanted to do. Is the goal of this season to win it again? To go to win 2 championships? Do something that so few teams have ever done before? What's the reason for joining back this season?
Obviously, we're trying to like get back-to-back champions, and for El Macho, I think his goal is for like to get back-to-back playoffs MVP, and so as in the regular season as as we want to win and stay undefeated.
Well, you've done more than that. Just that 2 straight weeks with 3-0 sweeps. El Macho, I could tell this team's got that chemistry kind of coming back. This is a lot more dominant than you guys started last season. What did you guys do in the offseason to kind of prepare for this season? Because clearly you guys have at least put some work into your own individual improvement, if not your team's improvement. What has the team done in the offseason to prepare for season 6?
Uh, I feel like for us it's more of a chemistry because we have been together for quite a while now. Off season it was just pure scrams. We were always practicing, staying on top of the game, making sure that we did not go cold because, like Rai said, we want to go 2 of 2. We want to go back to back, which is cool. It sounds cool.
Yeah, and honestly, with this season potentially being your last season as well in the Ascension Cup, with the ranked levels that you guys are almost certainly going to grow into by the end of this season, Smirk, I mean, not to kind of talk too far ahead in the future and for hypotheticals, but I mean that Catalyst Cup is looking like a likely outcome for you guys at the end of the season as well. Is that something that's on this team's mind at all? That the potential of moving up division, going to a much tougher division with much tougher competition.
Yeah, a little bit. Not right now, so much at the moment, as we're kind of focused on this season. But yeah, we are kind of thinking about that.
3 seasons, 3 orgs now. Nice mix. This Echo team loves to keep moving. You guys started on Project Lunar as Lunar Echo. You moved to Optimal Echo last season and you won the championship. This season in week 1, you've already made the switch to Solus Path Esports. Talk to me about the move to Solus Path. What has this org done for you guys so far?
This org has like gave us a lot of things and a lot of opportunities, and they take us in because I feel like we have a good potential, and um they shout out to your stream because obviously we were about on the game.
Of course, you guys mentioned as well one of 2 teams on Solus Path in the Ascension Cup, one of many more that are sprinkled out this league. Solus Path Esports have arrived this season in full force, and really, I love to see it. I would be very surprised if a Solus Path team didn't win this season in at least one of these divisions. And you guys so far are in a perfect position. You're defending that title, and you've done very well so far. Field sweep over the bosses of Midwest Mafia as well. Congratulations on your win. 2-0 in the season. You guys have been amazing so far. Before you leave, let's get some quick shoutouts here. So we'll start with Smirk. Do you have any shoutouts you want to say? Anybody out there you want to kind of mention before you guys kind of end your night and go celebrate the victory that you had and prepare for week 3?
Shout out Optimal for taking us in last season, and shout out SP for taking us in this season and giving us a chance to play together.
Of course, we'll now move things to El Macho, searching for yet another season being MVP. Surprisingly, if you were to win playoff MVP, you would actually be only the second player who's won it twice in 2 seasons, but the other one being Jared, who's on 100x Knight. But again, you're looking for that. Is there anybody out there you want to mention that has kind of supported you and your team so far?
I want to shout out my team actually, because for a while I stopped playing at all. We started like me and Smirk have been teammates for maybe 3 4 years, so we go back to the Diamond days. So shout out to them. He got me back into the teams. Actually, I was the sub. I wasn't really the starter, and I don't know. I started to like the league. I started liking playing again, and I got back into my grinding, and now we're here. So shout out to my team.
Of course, and we'll now end things off here with Rice Mix. Do you have anything that you want to mention? Anybody out there that you want to talk about that has allowed this team to grow and is continuing to allow this team to grow this season?
I want to shout out to our Solus Path people for taking us on and supporting us, and especially to my teammates. They have been with me for like around like a couple months or more than a couple months, and we're just scrim after scrim and just getting the chemistry better and better as the days go on.
Yeah, of course, this Solus Path Echo team looking to win for 2 straight seasons. Congratulations on your win here tonight, though, Vice Mix, Almacho, and Smirk. The domination continues this season. Week 3, you'll get to play against... Who do you play against in Week 3? You have to play against Stormcore Vortex. That's a team that's currently 1-1. Good luck in that matchup. And look for the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll see you guys again soon enough.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
That was Vice Mix, Almacho, and Smirk there. A fail sweep for SP Echo, and to the bosses of Midwest Mafia, don't hang your heads in shame. This team's very, very good. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see them sweep a lot of teams this season with the way that they have been playing. But for us, that will end our night. Thank you all so much for joining us and joining the Ascent Tournament Series mainstream. Take care. Be well. Thank you all so much for joining. Have an amazing rest of your nights. And to all of you who have been watching both the matches tonight, thank you. It's been great streaming for you all. We'll be live again very soon with more ATS action.